The world first heard whispers of a digital weapon, unlike anything seen before when strange failures began crippling Iran's Natanz nuclear facility. Centrifuges were spinning out of control, uranium enrichment suddenly stalling, and Iranian engineers scrambling without understanding why their machines were betraying them. To most people, it looked like a technical accident. But behind the scenes, a secret cyber operation was unfolding, one that would redefine modern warfare forever. This is the true story of Operation Olympic Games, the covert US-Israeli mission that unleashed the Stuxnet worm, the world's first cyber weapon designed to cause real-world physical destruction. The origins of this operation go back to the early 2000s, when Iran's nuclear ambitions were becoming a growing concern for the United States and Israel. Diplomatic pressure, sanctions, and negotiations had repeatedly failed to stop Tehran's enrichment program. The fear in Washington and Tel Aviv was clear. If Iran crossed the nuclear threshold, the balance of power in the Middle East would change permanently. Military strikes were considered, but they risked igniting a devastating regional war. So, an unconventional idea emerged inside the White House in Israel's Unit 8200. What if, instead of bombing Iran, they sabotaged its nuclear program from within? Not with missiles, but with lines of code. This secret plan was approved during the George W. Bush administration and later expanded under Barack Obama. It's called Operation Olympic Games. The mission brought together the NSA and Israel's top cyber intelligence unit to design a malware so sophisticated that it could infiltrate and bypass Iran's closed-off internal systems and quietly destroy its centrifuges without anyone realizing the cause. The result was Stuxnet, a worm engineered with surgical precision. It wasn't just a virus. It was a digital assassin built to target one facility, one type of machine, and one specific configuration. But reaching Natanz was a challenge. The facility was air-gapped, meaning it was completely disconnected from the internet. So the intelligence agencies turned to human assets, inserting the worm through infected USB drives, carried in by unwitting Iranian contractors. Once inside, Stuxnet moved like a ghost, hiding in the system, studying the machines, learning their rhythms. And then, when everything looked normal, it struck. It commanded the centrifuges to spin far beyond their limits, subtly damaging them while feeding fake signals to the operators so they saw everything as stable. Behind the control room windows, machines were shaking themselves apart while computer screens displayed perfect performance. For months, Iran had no idea what was happening. Technicians replaced broken centrifuges again and again, thinking the failures were due to faulty parts or design problems. Meanwhile, Stuxnet continued its silent assault, ultimately destroying an estimated 1/5 of Iran's. It was one of the most successful covert operations of the 21st century. But the operation didn't stay hidden forever. A coding error allowed the worm to spread beyond Natanz and out into the global internet. Cybersecurity researchers stumbled upon it, shocked at its level of sophistication. This wasn't the work of a hacker group or criminal syndicate. This was the work of nation-states. When analysts uncovered Stuxnet's purpose and complexity, the world understood that a new age had begun, an age where wars could be fought without soldiers, explosions, or even visibility. A war where a single line of code could cripple an entire country's infrastructure. Iran eventually realized it had been attacked digitally, not mechanically, and the consequences of Olympic Games didn't stop there. The operation set off a global cyber arms race, inspiring nations to develop their own offensive programs. It also pushed Iran to accelerate its cyber capabilities. And today, Iran's hackers are considered some of the most active in the world, a direct reaction to what happened at Natanz. In the years that followed, governments never officially confirmed their role in the operation, but evidence leaks and insider reports have made it one of the worst-kept secrets in intelligence history. What began as a covert attempt to halt a nuclear program forever changed the future of warfare. Stuxnet proved that digital weapons could be just as destructive as physical ones, and that the battlefield of the 21st century might not be land, sea, or air, but a line of code running unnoticed in a machine. Operation Olympic Games remains both a technological masterpiece and a warning. It demonstrated what is possible when nations weaponize software, and it showed how invisible attacks can shape global geopolitics without ever making a sound. The worm may be gone, but its impact still echoes in every cyber command center across the world. In the end, Stuxnet wasn't just a cyber attic. It was the opening shot in a new kind of war.